First of all, thank you for that warm introduction. Class of 2019. 1-9. I congratulate you on your success in completing this scholastic journey. You all deserve a round of applause. Now we must take a moment to celebrate the true champions that are in your lives. Those who are seated here in the audience, those that are waiting back home to celebrate this momentous event with you, and some of those who are angels who are watching over you from above as they all help to shape who you are today. I'm referring to your greatest supporters. Your parents, grandparents, moms, pops, poppy, brothers, sisters, aunties, and uncles, your cousins, your teachers, support staff, counselors, nurses, everyone that supported you throughout this journey, because they loved you at your very best and at your very worst. So please, at this moment, let's take a second to give it up for all these people that supported you on this journey. Class of 2019, I am so excited and I'm so proud of you. You have completed an education that has included rigorous academic standards, requirements, and a multitude of assessments and activities. That will provide us with experiences that will last a lifetime. You have truly made your mark in the arts, the academic fields, athletics, and student activities. You've been participants in your educational journey throughout the way, active participants. You are graduating, check this out, you are graduating from the best and only urban high school in Berks County. Let's take it a step further. You are graduating from one of the best urban high schools in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. That's a fact. And what you will find out later on this evening, you are graduating from one of the best urban high schools in the nation. That's a fact. And we have to make a big deal about that and celebrate it, because graduating from Reading High is no easy feat, no easy task. You have to think about when you graduate from Reading High, you just don't represent Reading High School. You represent the city of Reading. You represent the alumni. You represent the 90,000 residents that we have here in the city. Your graduating class, you're a representative of 18,000 strong here in Reading School District. In this group of 761 seniors walking tonight, you represent over 4,000 classmates in the castle. I emphasize these numbers because for you to be successful, you have to be not only smart, you have to be resilient, you have to be focused, and you can never, ever accept failure as a final result. I want to play off the numbers a little bit tonight. Again, you are one of 761 graduates representing 18,000 students in Reading School District. You are graduates that represent a school district that's 84% Latino, Latina, Latinx, 99% living in poverty, 26% who are Ls or ELL, and 24% of the student body has special needs. That's why the adults in here celebrate you, because you give us hope. You give us hope that the future is bright. You represent the next chapter of what it means to be American. You represent that next chapter of social justice and equity. I know you've heard many of the adults in your life, and if you've had adults in your life like mine that may get a little physical and grab your ear or grab your cheek and pull you close to them, and they tell you how you can make it in this world. And the reason why they do that is because you give us hope. You can be the next doctor, lawyer, teacher, entertainer, athlete, tech whiz, or entrepreneur because we look into your eyes and we see and feel that hope. We look and feel with the same discipline you employed to be a member of the class of 2019, the world will be a better place in the future because you give us everlasting hope. And the reason why it feels this way is because as an adult, we have seen moments in this real world, and we can tell you what it's really all about. Where there are people that will diminish your accomplishments because you're from here, because you're from the city of Reading, because you graduated from Reading High. Those people will attempt to diminish your value in life because you came up in poverty. There will be people who will attempt to make the road to success seemingly impossible because they are driven by fear, anger, and intimidated by your potential. Follow me. I'm on the numbers tonight. Statistics say 1 out of 3 of my beautiful young black brothers will be incarcerated throughout their lifetime. 1 in 3 of you. Statistics say 1 out of 6 of my beautiful brown brothers will be incarcerated at one time, at least one time in their lifetime. And let's continue. All of my beautiful sisters that are here this evening, listen to these numbers, and I tell you these numbers for specific reasons. These numbers come directly from a data source of Burke's Teens Matter that says 19 out of every 1,000 young ladies in Pennsylvania will be pregnant by age 19. Now, fast forward, those numbers are 36 out of 1,000 when you map it onto Berks County. Now, fast forward, those numbers are 68 out of 1,000 when you talk about the city of Reading. Let's go a little further. Those young people that are born by young mothers, they're saying that they are 3 times more likely to become teen mothers themselves, and they have a 50% chance of graduating high school by age 22. And 10% go on to colleges or universities. And the big number is that 67% of these young ladies stay at or below the poverty level for the remainder of their lives. This is why we, the adults, stay inspired with hope. Because you are here today because you have demonstrated how to defy the odds. That's why you're here today. You give us hope for permanently rewriting the narrative because you are so beautiful, intelligent, passionate, loving, and driven. You care about your families. You care about each other. You care about your community. You're all dreamers, activists, scholars, athletes, humanitarians with a clear vision of what this world should be and how one day soon you will take your seat at the table and change the world. Personally, and I know many of you in this class, and I hug you and I call all the young ladies, I call you sis, I call my young men son, I hug you and I always tell you that I love you because personally you give me hope because I was just like you. I was the second of 2 children born to a single teenage mom living in Philly. And yeah, I grew up in the hood. I grew up in Logan, not outside of Philly. I was deep down in the city. And as I previously mentioned, I was representative of many of those data points. I went to school to rep my hood instead of delving into the books. I failed 9th grade. Yeah, I got arrested a few times, wasn't my fault. I watched many of my friends and people that I knew either die in the streets, and some of them are still in jail. They're still in the system. But what happened was I began to listen to my elders through education, and they infused me with hope to battle against a life of hopelessness. They gave me the numbers, which were the same back in the 80s. And we're talking 2019 now. But what I did, I bought into what the adults said. And what happened to me was, hey, I went to Alny High and I graduated. I had very low SAT scores, went on to Northeastern Christian Junior College, a 2-year school, graduated magna cum laude and voted most likely to succeed. Went from there to Shippensburg University, full ride. 2 years athletics, 1 year board of governors. Then I went from there and went on to Penn State. I said, let's go Penn State. Went there and got my master's, and I kept moving until the train stopped at the University of Pennsylvania. And I get emotional because you're just like me. I was in Philadelphia at the University of Pennsylvania looking over the skyline of the city and wondering, how did I get here? How did I make it from North Philly to West Philly? That's why I believe I have the greatest job in the world. I get to live my life vicariously through 761 seniors. You have brought a meaning into it's more important to be a unit than to think of being selfish and being by yourself. You, as many of the stories that I've heard, you've taken on these numbers and this data and you've put it on your shoulders and said, I don't only represent Reading, I represent my family, I represent everything that Reading is about. My challenge to you tomorrow is that when you wake up and awaken to the real world and it's knocking at your door, I want you to think of this commencement as a new beginning and have the confidence to put the work in to travel the road less traveled. Your love for learning, love for life, friendship, and success with great discipline will lead to you fulfilling your dreams. In closing, I know we are going to have years of success stories with this group. You are an inspiration to the young generation here in the city of Reading. They will work hard to please you and to try to fill your shoes. Just remember that failure is not an option, no matter what barriers are placed in front of you. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. Do it for your city. Do it for us. And do it for the R. Once a red night. Once a red night. Congratulations, 1-9. Tonight is your night. I salute you and I have great confidence in you and I wish you all great success. Go out there and change the world. Thank you.